Recording started. All right.
Strong opening.
The group has, we'll say, reconvened at the mansion of the Archmage. Let me grab the group that was. Oh, where were they? They were at the double camp.
Forcing entire legion to retreat. Sounds like something the Druid of Volcanica would do, yes?
I'll leave that to the Grand Duke of Volcanica to decide.
If they do decide to screw you over, and very likely they will, count me in your ranks.
Perfect.
I'm enough to get a double or two.
Perfect.
It's always good to stay in practice and shape, you know.
Do you need to stay? Aren't you just ash shape now? Does it even change?
Well, I'm sorry. Don't you brush your teeth and cut your hair? I've got to, grease and remove dirt. This grime gets everywhere. When a gear moves and one of the teeth is like solid, it causes a problem, you know.
Just keep fiddling with your key there.
Barnabus, Widget's being mean to me.
As you were.
Sorry, I did what my kids do to me.
Yeah? You called me silly.
Aren't you?
Is he wrong?
Mom!
Dad called me silly.
Alright, there's the Conjurer's Manor. Thogrim's home. At least you think you're talking to the right Thogrim.
Oh no, the sculptures are just ugly.
Yeah, they're all...
The eyes are all weird sizes and shit.
Sonny decides to let Mister run around the hallways because they're big enough for her. She's playing a game.
Oh, boy.
And the party, I think, is gathering in the Wizard's Lounge. It looks a little more comfy in there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're inviting Slake to this moot.
Slake invited in here. You sure? Don't break anything, Slake. Make him like a metal
who am I
chair.
missing?
For Slake, he's got a metal chair. Like a nice,
Reinforced chair?
like
Okay.
a nice reinforced chair that I know he doesn't need, but it's just nice to sit when everybody else is sitting, I guess.
Alright, I got my two dudes.
Cog.
Cog is missing. Why? Let's grab a cog from somewhere.
Slake might do well against the dragons.
Just to get to them.
Oh, he's gonna have to wake up. I'll have to wait for him to wake up. But big Slake, like punching a dragon out. It's funny.
One of the few things that will kill Slake is unarmed dragons.
Look what we have here. Council of Spellbeggars, murder of Spellbeggars, about to be murdered of Spellbeggars. What do you call a big group of Spellbeggars?
Rich.
Council of Casters, I believe.
Yeah, a gaggle of Spellbeggars.
I don't mind the murder of Spellbeggars. Doesn't seem too terribly off. Kind of like crows.
I prefer talking to people when I could see them.
I prefer when you don't see me.
Yeah,
You just have to look
Agree
down.
to disagree.
You just have to look down, Slake.
I think he got hit by an ugly stick. That's why he's always hiding.
Yo, mama.
Children, please. Let's focus on the task at hand. Thank you, Barnabas. What was my Quintessa child?
Quintessa's also. Oh, Quintessa's here on the couch. Perfect.
Yep.
How is your mother?
That was Quintessa?
That was Sonny asking Quintessa.
My mother's quite dead.
Congratulations. He doesn't quite know how to just.
Sonny, why don't you count the number of red dots on the card? Go ahead, go for it. So, order of business.
It's boring.
There's 300,000 threads of color.
Sunny is starting to use some wine to add more red dots to the carpet.
That's for shit shape, that's what it's for. It's like, yeah, that's a lot.
What do you spellbeggars want?
Well, there's two things. I think there's two major things that we need to deal with.
Macath?
McCarth is one, yes. The other thing is a large group of green dragons causing problems up in the what's it called? Your old neighborhood. What's it called? Fortress Top? Fortress Top.
We need to.
Stop scarring the
The
flag.
green dragons need to be stopped. They are a problem.
Yes, and the question now is who's going to deal with what?
Well, Sonny, I trust you know enough about green dragons. Wizard and druid. Master of the woods, they can't test you on that. I think you should definitely go on this particular excursion.
Oh, so will you be going to rescue Macath?
No, after you do this kind of
After Macath.
I don't want to go there. If you want to bring it here, that's fine.
What is the plan with McCarth?
We collect Macath, determine her temperament, decide on an appropriate timeout, and then make her a mighty fine apprentice.
That's not the case.
Who's going to cast the spell from the scroll?
Slake puts up his hand.
Funny, Slake, real funny.
You chew it, right?
I can cast the spell from the scroll.
I'm sure you can do it without error.
No, because I can attempt to do the same
Being
thing.
sure. One can't really be sure of anything, but I am fairly confident. I am the druid of Volcanica, and a wizard, sometimes.
We're going to lose the scroll.
Alright then, I trust you to take care of it.
We need to get the.
Excuse me, I'm getting a sending.
We need to get Macath back from the angels.
Yes, they wanted us to cast the spell when we were there. And it's probably appropriate for me to be there as well, trying to maintain relations and all that.
Do they have a problem?
You just want to see your silver lady.
Do they have a problem with leaving McCarth with us and then casting the spell here? Why do they want to cast there?
I'm pretty certain they want to be sure that the prisoner understands that their crimes and that sort of thing. To give them their stern lecture.
Well, we should probably find out before we do anything. And you're not going, yes, Barnabus?
Well, maybe your silver lady friend can do all the talking before us. I don't plan on going back to that island unless it's to raise it.
I don't think it was sitting that low in the water.
Now the blue dots. You'll excuse me, I'm at dinner afterwards.
Are you taking off for dinner, Mark?
Yeah, I'm gonna take off for dinner.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want us to stop now and then we can resume when you get back?
Or you can do like the Macath stuff and some.
Sure. Okay. We'll do the
Macath.
Macath stuff. That's fine. Yeah. I don't think Barnabas needs to be there for that.
No, he doesn't want to go to the Angel Island.
We,
He does not want to go to the Angel Island.
we'll take
The Isle of Judgment.
The Isle of Judgment is not.
And then Quintessa.
Because it looks like, the Macath thing should not be a long activity. right?
She's the one that helped on the island, though.
She
right?
helped on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'll go back.
I think the island's a half game, like a half day action, and then come back and then head off to the dragons.
Yeah.
Or did you guys want to split up?
Well, let's do the Macath thing first. Mark will be back by the
Now you
time.
can figure out how
Yeah.
he weasels a party to go do terrible blasphemy.
Not terrible blasphemy. We're just a little parched and need something to drink.
I think that's the way he's going to convince people.
It's just a question of them asking the right people in the party.
Yeah.
Oh, funny.
Okay.
Okay.
We're still recording. All right. So,
All right.
what are you doing? I assume you're making contact with
Yep.
somebody from Nephelis.
Yes.
And who would that be?
The Silver Lady.
Okay, Amyria.
Kong, if you need, will be around. Barnabus is just gonna deal with crap. So you're already. You're bigger.
Which character is doing the sending?
Give us a second. I think it's Sunny.
Any of the characters who's something.
Who's the diplomancer for this? I don't think Brenos took.
Sunny went to the island, right?
Kong
Yeah.
helps.
And he has a teleport token for
Yep.
the island.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
So
think they
does
know-
Agony, but
I don't think they know about your teleport.
No, they don't know about it, but he's still got one.
Well, those are the ones we yeah. We got those up for prisoners, the bad guys.
So we have obtained the Scroll of Freedom and are looking for to perform the prisoner exchange. Exchange isn't the right word. To collect the prisoner behalf.
okay. I will be in Overlook shortly. I'll meet you at.
Mansion.
She doesn't know you have the Conjurer's Mansion. I will meet you underneath certain landmark. We will talk from there.
Okay.
Sounds good.
We're going to certain landmark. It's my favorite. It's probably one of the churches or the
Yeah, it's like a little statue in a square somewhere. You send one of your simulacra to go and bring her back to the manor, and within a 12-hour period, Amyria is now entering the Conjurer's Manor.
You mean the statue?
No, Amyria was brought back from the
lady who's
monument.
in the sword.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's coming in with the statue.
She does not. One of the simulacra comes and reports to you. Amyria has arrived. I do not think. Oh, yeah, that's right. Your guys are in your accent. All right, Amyria has arrived. I do not think she's brought anything with her unless it's highly magical and shrimped.
Thank you for the report.
Of course. We are your servants.
The carpet, make sure it's clean.
Yes, of course.
Prestidigitation, that's what you want to use.
There's now a simulacra that is.
Sunny's been drawing with blueberries and wine.
Mr. comes in to squawk at Sunny that somebody has arrived.
Oh, hello.
Okay. Amyria is led into the chamber.
Hello.
Mr. follows her in, kind of picking at her wings. She smiles and pets Mistra.
Stand up.
Welcome to the Archmage.
Slake is not interested in any of this stuff. He's playing with the mill, trying to figure out if he could use it for something to do with weapon crafting.
Hello.
He's now thinking about taking some of the sussur wood and grounding it up into a powder that he can throw in mages' faces.
Pocket sand. Oh, pocket sand.
Anti-magic pocket sand. I'll show them.
Wait till there's no composite materials.
Mr. Hazelborn, you have a wonderful home here.
Thank you.
This is the home of the Archmage of Overlook. I must say congratulations on your promotion.
Thank you. Quite a bit of responsibility, but manageable.
It is good to see you all. Barnabus has disappeared into the washroom to commune with his imp, and Widget has made his way off to listen to the conversations, and Eamon is standing guard outside. I could not help notice a tiefling in the hallway.
Oh, that would be Avon. He is a bound servant of Barnabus.
She nods. There's obvious tension there. She's reassured when Brenos convinces her that he's not a threat.
Your memory's coming back? Yeah.
She nods. There are things we should discuss. As I spoke to... She glances at Agony, kind of hiding like in the shadows.
Okay.
Sort of. Agony's been checking himself out in the mirror. He seems to keep on going back to the mirror to have like a look at himself with the mask on. There might be a bit of vanity, or he's trying to get used to his current visage.
Or something.
Something.
We have the freedom scroll we need to recover Macath. And down here, one more over here, and a happy face. Who's a happy little boy?
If you do not mind, I wish to treat with your group without... She's looking at the two Thogrims in the room.
There's one cleaning a carpet.
Yeah.
There's one standing in there.
Yeah. Without any unnecessary eyes and ears.
Alright,
All right. 6-3, 7-3. Go and do something with dinner. Prepare something for dinner.
We exist to serve.
so he's going to put some dots back where the room was taken away. Polka dots. Mistra, could you go chase some cats? Chase some cats around.
Okay. Amyria closes the door. She takes a deep breath. It pains me to say that the negotiations between the Imperial Prince and the Nephiles has been a failure.
Oh.
It's gone all the way, all that far, huh?
Yes.
Before it was simply, strained.
It is not something I wish to admit over magical means, or while I was on the Isle of Nephelis.
Sonny stands up. He's wiping berry juice and wine on his robes.
Okay. Thogrim casts Private Sanctum.
Okay. She waits for it to go off. She gives Thogrim a nod. The Imperial Prince is of the opinion that there are some ancient debts that the Nephiles owe the crown. The Nephiles have claimed that they are on their own sovereign territory, and the Imperials claim that the island is a protectorate of theirs, and that they owe back taxes for at least 100 years. The Imperial Prince would accept their outright transfer of power to his domain, and they refused. Well, the demand is where things left off, and the Nephiles have resumed their retracted ways.
Sonny pulls a hamster cage out of an extra-dimensional space. Quintessa pushes the hamster cage back into the extra-dimensional space.
Sonny is sitting beside Quintessa.
May I ask, what is the requested amount for those 100 years?
Astronomical and unpayable.
So, if the request is unpayable, then what's the purpose of the prince doing this?
He wants control of the island and its magics.
In return?
He wants to install his own puppet lord, one that is loyal to him.
It is sounds like a very one-sided negotiation.
It's quite difficult to deal with.
I do not know the history of this place, but I did ask, and they do admit that they are from Imperial worlds, and It's a difficult situation, and it is one that is, to put bluntly, we should deal with later. There are other concerns. To have the Nephiles sit by themselves with their head in the sands will not do.
Well, the armies were isolated before. Is that still true?
They seem to refer every once in a while to a legion that they sent off somewhere else. I have not gathered the importance of that legion or what they're currently up to. I gain a sense that it is of a greater concern. However, the Nephiles, as you've seen, some of you have seen yourselves, do have a significant amount of magical might.
They have some very interesting artifacts there.
I have a proposal. While I am not of the Imperium, I do not feel, given the Imperial Prince's stance, like I am doing anything wrong by suggesting it. There are certain leeway that Elsia Vale as a protectorate has been given. I suggest that we, while the Isle of Nephiles considers the Imperial Prince's demand, begins to deepen its relationship with the Protectorate of Elsia Vale.
Is there some sort of sub-vassal type situation that could be,
It was a very demanding counter-proposal, which means that the Isle of Nephiles, given the sheer quantity of money involved in handing over their government, could very well stall in their answer, and in the meantime, more productive negotiations with Elsia Vale, the trade of secrets, information, magical might, aid. I wanted to speak to you directly before going to the Imperial Administrator. This may come back to this may make the Imperial Prince angry with the Protectorate.
Sonny pulls out the cage and Quintessa pushes the cage back in.
Amyria notices the second time.
There's magic can solve many problems. Naughty children need time out.
The goodly people of Elsia Vale could stand to gain much from the goodly people of the Isle of Nephiles.
But the question to you, so help me understand this. What you're saying that by allying with Elsia Vale, you would not have to worry about the prince. Is that basically what you're saying?
Well, no, the Elsia Vale would have to then worry about the prince. Would be providing shielding to the Nephiles.
But in what sense? If the prince says that the Nephiles owe a certain amount, or they are to hand over everything.
The amount that was given basically made the choice a non-choice.
Go fucking I can't remember the name of the city. The plane of fire and knock over a couple of banks.
And divert Gold River from the plains into
yeah. Like, here you go. Well, Elsia Vale, I believe, certainly has a lot more leverage. This sort of thing. I think you should help.
I agree.
The people of the Elsia Vale and the Nephiles are all primarily transients within Volcanica, but they're the goodly transients, and they should be protected.
Okay, Amyria doesn't seem to quite know what Sonny means, but
Not from around
I
now.
I definitely think we should help, but I'm at a loss as to what I can do.
Well, you and your band were a great aid to the Nephiles, and it will be a long time before they forget what you have done, defeating Chilriva and the minions of the Seed of Winter.
But what can we do to help them now? Like, are we able to... Sonny, like, can't you do anything with your druids to kind of persuade
Well,
the...
I think what I
Cod's
think
lost, he
is
doesn't know what to do.
so. What I think is different than what others think. He's kind of shying away from Quintessa a little bit. I think that there's a direct problem that we have around naughty little boys that aren't playing well with others. And then the less direct problem.
Are we talking about the brain? Okay. It shall not be named.
Given the situation on the continent, I do not think the prince has the forces, at least I have been told this, Amyria, to fight a war against the goblins in the Venkeshi territories, to prepare for a war against the kobolds, and to deal with all other concerns of such a vast territory.
Obviously not.
No.
The Isle of Nephelis would take a considerable amount of might to crack, especially if it is known that the Expeditionary League also shares in their defense.
Well, why don't the Nephiles say that they will help the prince in dealing with some of these attacks? In return, the 100 years worth of debt will be removed. Dealing with one of the enemies in a war? That's a good idea.
The prince does not seem to be a reasonable man.
He is a naughty, naughty little boy.
Now,
Quintessa squirms a bit.
It's like finger, like.
he knows.
So
As a follower of a goddess of magic, says Quintessa, I think the people of Elsia Vale would be honored to join into a defensive pact with the wizards and priests of the Isle of Nephelis.
I think the Isle of Nephelis would definitely benefit from having firearms provided to all of their residents.
is that your solution? The problem right here isn't about whether there's enough guns involved. Right now we're talking about
It's the fact that they're involved, but only on one side, usually.
You think the Nephiles are scared of the guns?
Oh, give them guns.
No, the Nephiles are afraid of the boats.
I give you guns and you'll sink boats.
What about cannons?
Cannon? Well, we'd have to set up.
This again, to say.
If we set up a
Sonny's over here being like,
if we set up a shrine for Vulcan on your island and start producing some weapons there, I'm sure we can work something out.
I assume that in principle, given that we're talking about armaments and what each side can benefit from,
we're in agreement.
You are in agreement in principle. Excellent. After this, will speak with the Imperial Administrator. The reason why I'm bringing this up now, aside from it being troubling, is that perhaps we can work into whatever deal that we are to make, the transference of Macath completely into your hands. At this point in time, at this point in time, the Nephiles seem to be still convinced that she has informational value.
Well, she probably does.
My question:
Very valuable.
We only want thing. Oh, it's called thingy. Yes.
No. Yes, says Bruno's nose and sweating.
At this point in time, they are ready to receive 3 of you with your scroll, but I believe wish to keep Macath in one of their horrible disintegration chambers.
That was not part of the plan. Oh, the
Agony,
arrangement.
as long as you get your slow device, you alright with that?
Brenos is going to be. It also wasn't not part of an arrangement. We all agreed to disagree at the end last time until we come back with the fucking scrolls for now. Now we got a scroll, now it's time to roost.
I think they've had time to think, and perhaps their dealings with the Imperial Administrator has soured them on amicable deals. This is why I think, to show them that there is light and hope in the Imperium, and that the village of people that live in the Elsia Vale is a prime example of when the goodly races work together for common good.
Brenos has this thought of like, nobody tell her about it. Yeah, we need new head work. Don't worry about that. We got no problems.
Wait, you're just giggling. I can't understand what you're saying.
Oh, sorry. We just we just had another like aberrant plague.
Oh, yeah, don't tell them about that.
Don't tell them about that.
Don't mention get plague, yeah.
I'm certain we can come to an appropriate arrangement that is within the bounds of Imperial doctrine. Like,
It simply could be a trade mission. There's nothing about protectorates that mean that they cannot trade amongst themselves. In fact, territories in the Imperium trading amongst themselves is very promoted and preferred in most cases.
perfect.
To not, I believe, to pull out some doctrine I had read, to not become dependent upon those who are not under Imperial control.
What is Imperial control anyway? Really?
Nothing, as far as I'm concerned.
What type of shit you should be saying, Archmage?
I would like them.
Agony grins. Quintessa doesn't like that.
Doesn't like my guns either. So, let's be consistent, I guess.
Well, I plan to cast the scroll, so I would like to go to the path. And as the Druid of Volcanica, the Nephalese are well within their rights to seek audience and, you know, ask for support.
Do you need me to come along?
It's up to you, really. Are you gonna keep going on about Vulcan?
We're just offering solutions.
Really, I
It's people's choice if they want to.
was hoping for you to sign these letters of recommendation and for...
She's got letters?
Yeah.
Okay, Brenos signs whatever letter.
What?
Just
Signs
put in front of-
the letter.
Yeah.
What's she asking?
It
Like, what are the letters, basically?
that the Steelrose Expeditionary League are in agreement with the idea of Nephelis and Elsia Vale deepening their relationships.
Nephelis.
Brenos doesn't even read it, he just
Yeah.
signs the letter.
Alright, now I would be signing it as Archmage. So I don't know, does it require all our signatures?
This is more of a, I have support from powerful people as a
I've got a 16th level Inquisitor Barbarian who come beat your ass if you disagree.
Yep.
Cog will sign it.
Okay. And she wants to go with Quintessa to speak to Yazel Brist, the Imperial Administrator. Look, I've got references.
Mm-hmm.
So what does the letter say exactly? Like, no, I don't want
You agree in principle of the two nations are prime candidates for deepening their relationships.
deepening the relationships with he's trying to word it here, right?
The Protectorate of Elsia Vale and the Isle of Nefella should get along better because we like
And
them
it
both.
doesn't mention anything about the prince.
No.
Okay. Thogrim will
Endorse this?
as the I will endorse this.
It's a very simple document. Like it carries no legal weight. It's just saying I give my support to this idea.
Sure. Yes, Thogrim will sign.
Okay.
Thogrim.
She doesn't ask Agony to sign it, but definitely there's one for Brennos, Cog, Quintessa, and Sunny were the group that went to the yeah.
Oh yeah, they're the ones that.
Yeah.
Sunny will sign the Druid of Volcanica.
Okay.
Amyria Volcanica.
Are you the Cannoneer of Volcanica? Are you the Cannoneer of Elfin? Are you the Cannoneer of this dwarven town? Oh, look.
Cannoneer of all I say.
She collects up the pages. If you give me a few days, I will meet with the Imperial Administrator.
Alright.
Is there any other support you need?
Not for now. May his silver scales protect us when he awakes.
Oh, when you know which skull needs to be split, you know what I am.
Feel free to always come back here, but do not teleport inside the mansion, as it is doesn't allow for it. But simply teleport to the front of the mansion in the yard on the stones, and definitely have no problem.
She listens to your.
Don't teleport in the mansion. Teleport outside the mansion and knock on the door.
May Zymor bless us all.
That's a new one. Is that a different name for somebody?
Why would you
Knowledge religion.
This is feels like a test.
Who's making the roll? Brennos?
Brennos.
Okay.
She said a thing. I should know the thing she said.
Thogrim's gonna look into this.
Okay.
By rolling. That's dice.
So, I got 11.
Thogrim.
And I wish this would scroll faster.
Are you looking at Brennos? Is it?
Yeah, so 38.
Zymor is an alias of Bahamut.
Oh. Maybe you awake when the time is late.
Agony's furrowing his brow. He's not catching what Zymor meant, and she might be using that name
To help with the subtlety.
Yeah, to be a bit more subtle. Agony's glancing back and forth. He knows something's being said, but doesn't quite know. Amyria leaves. She pets Mister before leaving. And, a few days later, we're in downtown.
Why can't we put him in a hamster cage until he behaves properly?
He's the Imperial Prince, says Quintessa.
So he's got a fancy title and some pants that go all the way up. That's fine.
Definitely, then you need a gold-plated cage, minimum.
I will gild the cage. We'll
Is
plate it platinum if you'd like.
Who would that do?
Quintessa leaves with Amyria. She goes and entreats. A few days later,
With a cushion?
with your endorsements in hand, apparently they have no problem. They being Elsier Vale, or the Imperial Administrator, receiving help from some island of wizards.
There's a bunch of wizards and priests.
Wizard angels is not a hard
So-
thing to sell to certain counselors. It might rankle some of the other ambassadors, which is okay.
That's
Keep
good too.
to keep the two groups a little bit on edge.
Keep him in check.
Keep them in check. Giselle Brist is savvy enough to manage that complexity.
I had to choose between my angel wizards or my devil wizards. I'm pretty frequently choosing the angel wizards, just because I'm less likely to get screwed.
Quintessa does come back, and then
This is days later?
yeah, this is several days later.
Con would have asked Agony.
Oh,
Like
okay,
in these days, like,
sure.
Agony,
Yes.
you know, just something I noticed. I've seen you, like, checking out the mask quite often. Is there anything that you need help with? Just out of curiosity.
Maybe.
What is it?
His head snaps. Nothing.
Well, there's something there, obviously.
It stuck to my head.
Thinking of how to.
Why don't we take it off?
No.
Well, if you'd like, I can just take a look at see and understand if there's what's actually going on from a medical perspective.
Make it quick.
As you wish.
Okay. Cog will like to start looking, between like what's happening between the mask and like the scales.
Yep.
The eyes.
You try to pull it back a little bit. Agony's hand snaps up and grabs your wrist. Don't pull it off. You
No,
don't
I'm
think
trying
you
to
can.
see the reaction between the mask and your skin. Is it magical? Is it attached physically? Are you growing vessels between the mask and yourself? That's the time.
A knowledge, a heal check, or a knowledge nature, and Sunny, it looks like you're aiding.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's pulling on it. We're going to cast a break enchantment to see if that makes it pop off a little bit easier.
15,
If I had a spare freedom scroll, I'd feed it in. Ah, you get off that.
25. Isn't there a spell that
Please
lets
shoot
you?
that mask. Buff the limbo with you.
So you're sneaking a break enchantment in?
I have a plus 25. Yeah, what do you have?
To
Heal?
heal, I don't. You have better bonus. Plus
Okay,
two.
so another 2 from Sunny.
Yeah.
Okay. 7.
The other experiment Sunny wants to do is do a break enchantment. So
42.
The mask and his face are growing into each other.
okay, break enchantment.
You're pretty sure you'd have to remove his scales and flesh down to his skull to remove the mask.
So, Irene, would you like for me to explain what's happening?
And then Sunny's like, got a spell, touch agony.
Ah.
Break enchantment. Let me see.
I briefly explain.
Yep.
What I was explaining, what I was fearing, has actually come true.
It hurts when I try to take it off.
The mask is actually melding with your face.
Give me a cast roll check, max plus 15.
Okay.
So the mask is getting thicker? Because the mask is an artifact, right? I can't damage the artifact.
32.
If it goes up by another 6, would it be useful?
Okay, whatever this effect is, it's higher than 5th level. Because the break enchantment should have worked and it doesn't.
Okay.
Sunny, you also got a flash of some woman looking at you. And I'm gonna drop a token of what she looks like. I think I just have it in picture form. I've never turned it into.
Where are you dropping it?
Oh, I'll turn it into a token. It's just,
Even missing.
like you touching the artifact and trying to cast magic on it. Definitely got the attention of this woman. A very voluptuous, very large. What are my glasses? Yeah, I'm still making the
Not
token.
there yet.
Yeah,
No, okay, sorry.
I'm battling with the token tool.
In my head, I'm like, other monsters.
Oh, the way you said it is like with, like you said, like, oh, like, say, where is it? She's in my mansion somewhere. Tap that sentence.
Just everything starts summoning. Oh, Thogrim's too excited. Better think something.
Black raven haired that goes down into the sky itself with a crown of multicolored dragons.
Oh, she goes on.
Hello.
Sunny, you instinctually know her name. Like she is called the Dark Sorceress. Whatever the entity in the mask is looking at you, and this is what the entity looks like.
Agony. There's a woman in the mask.
You don't say.
No. Not Tiamat. There's a sorceress in the mask.
No, it is Tiamat.
It might be one and the same, but the dark sorceress is in there. She might be a conduit. You probably shouldn't wear this for extended periods.
It's been on my face for weeks and weeks.
Well, maybe it's time to take a break.
I need you to sit down
No.
and lie back. Listen,
Your skull is merging with the mask.
not
It
yet.
will kill you if we don't take it off.
Not yet. Not your skull yet, but definitely with
How can you?
most of the scales in the flesh between your skull and the mask is merging.
How can you be the apex dragon if you have no skull of your own?
Listen, Agony,
If I take this mask off, I want another one.
well, take the mask off, but then
What color would you like?
The red one.
All right.
Well, where is the red one?
Well, maybe I should try the green for a while.
Agony, what I'm saying is, put the mask on for, 2 days, take it off.
It doesn't
Put it-
come off.
Oh, it comes off. We will take it off.
You put the mask on, you couldn't take it off. Right away.
I've tried many times to claw it off
Then why didn't you fucking say anything?
because it's stuck.
Because he said it doesn't come off. He did say that.
You just
repeatedly.
said it's not. Alright. This is gonna be unsurgery. This is gonna be my assistant.
No
Adam.
and no.
He'll regenerate your face.
No. Then he'll regenerate my face later when we have no use for it. For now, I still have
You
use.
have a lovely face, this Lingosphere face.
The mask. It
Right.
is power.
Perhaps, but wait, where does he get his
No, he's got the prismatic scale.
He's got the scale of
The scale,
Tiamat, a
so-
scale that came off of Tiamat. He's got 2 Tiamat and artifacts on
So
him.
what exactly does this mask give you?
It's very hard to hit.
He's like looking at the mask, like looking at his own face.
That's a nice charisma to AC.
Oh, I have a 0 charisma. It doesn't matter.
Leave it alone.
Well,
It's fine.
until we have to take it off. My question. So, how about this? Give me a minute to figure out at what point it has to come off before it kills you. And until we get to that point, you're free to have it on.
Okay.
Until we get to that point,
With your roll cog, you're gonna have to watch its growth rate
and map it out.
and map it out.
Yeah. Cog will do that. He'll start like measuring.
You've got a little log book of,
Yeah, like he'll
of
take-
how many
And
millimeters.
he's
it-
measuring like with pins, like how
Yep.
before it gets to the skull, and like how, and like if it's moving down.
Right now, Agony would have no face scales if you remove the mask.
Okay, so
So, could I I would like to try to just a simple remove curse before we go crazy.
No.
he wants to keep it on. Well, what if you remove it and then put it back on?
I'm not saying don't put it back on. Just
I'm just
reset
saying
the
take it
skin
off.
part.
Take it off, and we'll repair what is damaged, and then you can put it back on, and then removing it would be easier.
Not without another mask or something to replace it.
No, but put the same one on again.
It may disappear.
What?
Didn't disappear when we took off the other fella.
Fucking what?
She does not like failure.
I'm confused. But what about the other mask?
Experimenting on this is not acceptable.
Well, we're gonna have a green mask very shortly. We can definitely start with that.
Yes, and then you can experiment with it all you want.
Alright. Go. So let's get down to the forest very quickly before our friend loses his head. Yes?
Slate comes in.
You assholes going with Barnabus to go hunt some dragons?
You hunted dragons, gee?
Are we talking about green dragons here?
No,
So,
the color are they aiming?
The purple.
why are we talking? What are the purples doing?
That's not color of a dragon.
Purple dragons.
What are the purple dragons doing now?
Do you mean black dragons?
No, purple ones, right?
Purple. You're just in another room.
Yeah, it's Geodragons.
Stop yelling in the backshed,
Oh, like gem dragons.
Yeah, Barnabas says there's one dragon he needs to go and teach a lesson to. You're coming with us, right, Barnabas?
Where are my guys gonna go?
There seems to be some confusion about who's fighting which dragon.
Well, we were told that we're fighting dragons. Are you fighting the dragons? Yes.
We get Brenos. Your brother was yelling. Of course, it's up to you where you guys go. But there's now an argument amongst the.
Well, you're gonna go fight how many dragons?
Don't know.
The argument is interrupted by Quintessa and.
Sorry for that side.
And no, that's great. Quintessa and Amyria, we like the role playing. As they enter the manor with the frozen body of Macath.
Oh, nice.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, they gave it up. Nice.
Well, fuck up.
So it should be like it's a piece of an icy spot.
Is a giant block of ice
Yeah.
that Amyria has shrank. Where should we unshrink this?
If she's got magic, if Macath still has magic items on her, she can't be shrunk.
They somehow did.
Oh.
Howling Wizards.
Magic, Ahmed. Okay.
A story point was used to get
Yes.
to this location in the story.
Yes.
No, because I was dealing with that. I was like, I can't shrink magic stuff.
Okay.
She's actually imprisoned within the ice. It's not shrinking.
It's not, yeah.
And the ice itself was shrunk. So she has a
Normally
big
she
block
just
of
be
ice.
at a spot in space
Yeah.
with the spell. The spell effect makes you disappear.
We want to cast the Freedom Scroll before the giant ice block melts.
Yes. Right here is perfect.
Wait, where?
Okay, so
Where is she?
very well, she says, and there's now this massive block of ice that's dominating the hallway. You might be able to squeeze by as a medium creature.
Get in that room. Sorry. Get that ice in that room over there.
It's too late. The
Look how big it is.
big block of 10 by 10 block of ice.
This is cedar wood.
There are many cedar trees.
You want to repair it. Any water damage, I swear it's like
You can see this vague outline of Macath inside, or something like a dark smudge.
Nice.
Bunch of some of that guy with mops that are lining up behind
So
Thogrim.
you want to pull out the Freedom Scroll?
Yep.
Hello, Amora. We'll cast the scroll. I don't think it's possible for me to fail.
The DC of the caster level check is DC plus the scroll's caster level plus 1.
Yes. What is the scroll's caster level?
It's a 17th level scroll. So it's
I
DC
do-
18.
I do. So I get 2 rolls because it's magic.
Yep.
Um,
And it's a divine scroll, right?
36.
Okay, nat 20. All right. Shifting out of
It's an arcane scroll. Right?
okay, shifting out of the block of ice and kind of collapsing to the ground is a lithe drow woman.
Hello.
Are you alright, lass?
You are Macath, and I am Sunny, Druid of Volcanica. I have rescued you from the ice.
Agony, your friends here.
Why didn't you tell me?
Well, shit just happens in here without anyone telling anybody.
This really white pearly toothed smile. Agony is here.
He is. He's missing a little blue skull thing.
Agony's our companion. Welcome to my manor. The manor of the page. You're very welcome. I like my bitch. It's gonna have cannons on the roof very shortly. Just pointing down and pointing up and shit. All directions. Like the neighbors he doesn't like, there's more cannons on that side.
I don't think the Archmage likes us. How do you know? He's got as much cannons pointed at
Cape of the Montebank is a standard action, right?
Yes.
It's a command, though. It's not a spell.
That's okay. So you can do it in the grapple and stuff. Oh, sure.
She smiles. Oh, Agony is here, is he? She's got a slight accent. Agony, you can hear him coming over, and she's going to try to bluff a distraction.
Okay. Sonny always acts in the surprise round.
Quick draw. Critical.
She kind of like opens wide, like eyes wide, like something's coming that way. It's a couple of you look.
Okay.
42.
It's a bluff. Oof. So
45 from Sonny.
No, she's too tricky. She's tricky, but you're too happy to have her free to fall for that.
Yep.
Anyone else?
This is
Brenos would be the other one.
Sorry, this is a...
Mister's like looking over her shoulder, like what?
Sense motive?
Yep.
Okay. Thogrim can't. He's 17.
Brenos rolled a natural 1. She's got, look at her teeth are white.
Cog?
Oh my god.
Yep.
Cog? I mean, not Cog, Talk? Talk is at 38? Nope. Cog?
Cog doesn't look like he's in the room.
Cog is not in the room. He's usually hanging out with Agony. Oh, Agony's not very good. Is the door through...
Through there.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a mirror.
That's the mirror.
Maybe we should check out this large silver mirror.
So Agony was checking himself out, which caused the whole like, how about we try to pull the thing off your... Oh, it is your face. Oh, it ain't your face.
Alright, so Sunny, you're the only one that's not fooled by it. She is reaching down towards her cloak to activate it.
Okay, so Sunny will...
Lizard!
Try again. We could...
Just ready to dispel.
Sunny is going to just dimensionally anchor.
Okay. Oh, you always act in the surprise round. Doesn't mean you go first. So, let's see.
Well, we know where she's going.
I always act in the surprise round, and I know that it's happening.
Her initiative is +9.
Okay.
What if she's gonna get a mammoth?
22.
Oh. My initiative is +7. I will roll a surge.
Nice. Surging on your initiative. Okay,
Hey!
you go by 1 pip ahead of her.
Ha-ha!
She's about to dimension door away with this cloak.
I'm going to
Or her vest.
eventually anchor.
Okay.
I hit her. Oh, she's got a SR on.
Oh, as a drow she does.
Oh, okay. Even better. Oh, you're such a perfect... Oh, you're going to make such a good apprentice.
She's a half drow, half tiefling. She doesn't have like the greater drow SR, but she has the lesser SR.
Okay.
And her touch AC was 23, so you hit her.
Blaster. 31.
You needed that second one? Oh, no, you got them both. 6 plus 17 is 23. So she's got a minor SR. You blast through it, and now she's glowing green.
You're going to make such a good apprentice.
Woo! Yeah, Thogrim's quick drawing a rifle, like, alright, listen, you have any idea how much trouble I can put us through? I swear! You try this shit! It's gonna end very badly for you.
She puts up her hands. I submit.
Good.
Oh, she used the command item. You can teleport, right? I'm not confused here. We're gonna use arcade sight and just like.
Where is this place? This is not Nephelis, is it?
You're an overlook.
You're an overlook.
She looks relieved.
You're with friends.
We
Stop acting like an enemy.
we rescued you from Chill Reaver as well as from the Nephiles.
You?
Yeah, that dragon's fucking dead. Both heads of it.
You faced Chill Reaver.
Cut it in half.
You said Agony was here.
Right here.
Hello, she says. You're going to keep me safe from Agony, are you not?
Of course we are.
I thought you were friends.
Yeah, I thought you were friends.
Give it to me.
Whatever do you mean, Agony of Acid?
Give me the skull.
That little thing? I didn't think you'd miss it.
You gotta watch out for this one. She likes everything and anything draconic.
Guilty as charged.
Good. Will you have a skull or not?
I'm going to pull it out of the bag right now. Do not shoot me with your mighty gun.
What's her highest level spell that she can cast? Is it arcane or divine?
Nakath. Cast both arcane and divine spells.
Yeah, that's so good.
7th and 7th.
Oh, you're such a suitable apprentice.
Yeah.
Let me check her.
Except that she's a thief.
That's all right. We can use the thief.
I don't know. I don't want to do in here. Barely managing.
Not that good of a thief.
She also has a couple of permanent spells running. They're around her eyes. She's wearing all sorts of magic items. Probably don't tell Barnabus or you don't want to rob her.
I want to do that. You have any idea how much shit we went through?
She pulls out this gnarly looking blue dragonborn skull.
There we go. See? No harm, no foul.
What's that thing's name? Give me a second. This was in the sandbox. I just need to find the token name so I can find the token. I didn't know where this was going to happen.
You made me guess. I would have guessed this place. When we went here, we didn't. This was known as an adventure book, but we never went here.
Yep. Oh, is it under? Yeah, okay. It's just a skull.
It's not just a skull.
Whatever do you mean, Agony?
Quit playing your games.
I like her games.
I'm confused.
I'm getting very disinterested.
It's like I had no sense motive to keep on.
Agony, if you're gonna be done with her, just get her out. I don't need this. I don't need this here.
No.
If you'd like to speak with her,
Yes.
do it outside.
No.
So there's the dragonborn skull.
Oh, it's got eyes. It's got eyes. I see eyes.
Agony picks it up. There you are. And he's looking right at it.
I'm not sure exactly what you see in this thing. I merely meant to keep it for safekeeping. Those Nephilims, had they captured you, might have taken it from you. You're welcome, Agony of Acid.
Agony picks it up, stuffs it away into an extra-dimensional space.
Kind of lucky he didn't get disintegrated. Many things were.
Oh, they were not very friendly there at all. To what do I owe the
He puts the gun back.
pleasure of your acquaintance?
Well, we heard that you had information on the ongoings of the Mageocracy as well as the Theocracy and their issues with kobolds and dragons.
You realize that there's an angel over there. It is staring at me.
She was the one who helped broker your, we're going to use air quotes here, freedom.
Well, am I not a guest of the...
You are officially an apprentice.
She
Not in here.
looks amused and then plays along with your little game.
For as long as I glow green.
Well, we can extend that if you'd like.
Permanent, if you wish.
Are you going to show me around?
No. There's the fucking door.
Big lock eyes.
Is there a place for someone to sit?
No. There's the fucking door.
So he's going to push past Thogrim. We'll go to the...
No, the Thogrim does not want her here. I was like, no, Sonny, I don't trust her one bit.
Well, trust is earned.
Not around me.
Then how do we get trust here?
Earn it outside, not inside.
All right, we will go outside and enjoy the spoils of nature. We'll go sit in your lawn.
Okay.
Guys, turn on the...
Do you turn on the
No,
truck?
Asshole.
Okay, who's going outside to make sure Sunny doesn't
Get murdered. Oh,
Agony will...
Branos has
Wait
got
outside.
some level of, like, required to, like...
Clean up the fucking ice and have making scratches of your big bird. Fucking thief in here. What is this?
Thief's an honorary title, really. So,
You can feel Quintessa and Amyria watching intently from outside, but at least giving you some space.
I am Sunny, Druid of Volcanica.
You want me to be a druid's apprentice?
Sort of.
I'm afraid I don't really like animals.
I am also a Thurge. I am a wizard, a priest, as well as a druid.
That's something I've never considered. 3.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work. Is that why you're so old?
I'm 3.
I'm 3 years old.
I'm 3 years old.
300?
Nope. 3 cycles. I was born kind of with long grey hair. Yes, I've only been around for a while, but I was chosen by Volcanica to be one of her conduits, protector, guardian, caretaker, you pick your word. But we truly do need some assistance in dealing with the Mageocracy as well as the Theocracy and this kobold uprising. Dragons have not found their rightful place on this world for quite some time, and
She smiles.
it has been said that, well, you know more about dragons than almost anyone.
I know quite a bit, she smiles. Dragons are a bit of an obsession of mine ever since I was a child. One of the first books that I looked at had pictures of them. I remember sneaking many nights to go into my father's study.
So,
What I know could fill volumes. What I know might already be things that you know. We're in Overlook?
we are in Overlook, yes. This is the Archmage's mansion in Overlook.
I see. So you rescued me because you wanted the skull back, and now that you have it back, you want to know a little bit about dragons. They're big, they're scary, they have mighty claws and great breath weapons, and yes, this is their world.
Well,
It's probably all you need to know.
I do need to know a little bit more, and do consider this, you have made many enemies in many regions.
She laughs.
And as the Druid of Volcanica, I can offer you certain protections from some of these enemies.
Not in my mantra.
You are going to protect me from the Theocracy of Infernus, or the Mageocracy of Gigas Subterra. You all by yourself, Druid.
Well,
She flicks her hair.
it's good to have friends.
Ow!
It's always good to have friends. I'm part of the Steelrose Expeditionary something or other.
I don't know what that is.
It is a band of, I guess, mercenaries.
Psychopaths.
Agony's friends that chased them away.
Well, we didn't chase him away. That story might have grown wings, so to speak.
It's what Langdradrossa said. How is he doing? Fine. He likes being pet. By Lenithon? No, Lenithon's dead.
They wouldn't let me bring it back.
You went to the Isle of Angels to rescue me. This is because of the horn, isn't it?
Yes.
What do you want to know?
Well, we'd like to know where they're being summoned to.
And why should I tell you that? If you're too stupid to know, then you won't be ready for what is coming.
Fast learners. I'm only 3. I'm doing what I can here. I've almost got 9th circles. I'm getting there.
Really?
Almost.
You notice that she just focuses with her eyes as she has permanent arcane sight up.
That's not going to work. I'm special. I promise I have no mind blank up.
Indeed. Mind blank would block this.
It's not mind blank.
I don't believe you. But you seem to think that...
So...
Perhaps my... She's tapping her circlet. Is this working? She gets sense motive through her headband of superior friendship. Diplomacy intimidates sense motive.
Nice!
And a secondary circle of persuasion plus 3.
That's fucking awesome.
She's like, is this working?
Do you require me to demonstrate?
Demonstrate.
Well, I mean...
She looks
I'm
back at all.
I'm not allowed to earthquake in town, right?
She smiles a great big wide grin at this.
So, we wish to usurp the cult of the chromatic ascendancy in a way which will be more harmonious with that of Volcanica itself.
Which sect?
Well, this is the thing. We wish the sect that is upon doom and destruction and lack of treasures is not the sect that we wish to succeed.
I'm not sure you described which sect. There are 2 main branches of the cult.
Which one was Resmia a part of?
She looks over at Agony. You defeated Resmia. You must have. You know that. Well, you never actually confirmed it until now. She smiles at him. I like this human.
He talks lots, this Barnabus. Shut him up!
Resmia is part of the cult that follows the commands of the masks. You should know this, Agony. You are the spiritual head of millions of people. Well, one of 5 heads. Go on. And then there's the... Before the appearance of the masks, the ones that think that draconic might is storehoused in the dragons that do not die. The Dracoliches, the undead dragons, the ones that carry on the spirit of dragonkind, the ones that have shuffled their mortal coil, yet still exist. It is an old sect, not very powerful, but they still have traditionalists amongst the chromatic ascendancy.
They're not associated with the dragons of the Shadow Plane, are they?
No, those are something else. Something even newer than the chromatic ascendancy. They are the Shadow.
They are disciples of the elf and dragon shadow.
Pretty certain Widget's watching that particular chunk of
Yeah.
funky chunk.
They want something that it might be impossible. They think, well, this is too much for you mere mortals of Overlook.
I'm not an Overlook, I am a Volcanica.
Is there something that maybe we could trade for such information? I fear I've given you much more of a lesson than anyone in Overlook could have given you.
Not really, our geographer is really good.
Your geographer? Geography is interesting. I suppose it's good to know where you're going, or where things are. But it will not give you everything. Maps get old very quickly. This place is a place of change. Did you know that the Earth moves?
If you talk to it and listen to it, it will tell you. Druid magic. Speak to the Earth itself and you can feel its motions.
The Hydra theory. I'll give you this one for free.
The Hydra theory.
Yes, the heresy of the... Well, what is their cult called?
What is it called?
Cults upon cults of the clawy, wingy, draggy, toothy doom.
The five-headed surrogate heresy. The Hydra theory. The Hydra theory is you cut off one of Tiamat's head and it grows back. Of course, for those who worship Tiamat, cutting off the head of your goddess is tantamount to heresy. Well, they bring that heresy to one step further. They think that they would, if they could cut off their own goddess's head, replace it with a color that is more pleasing to them.
That's fucked up.
Is that what Widget says?
Widget's over the corner. That's fucked up.
Who's... Wizards.
Ain't going anywhere, that's...
She looks at the green. Yeah, not yet.
Alright. So, we, in the near term, are going to be, well, fighting a bunch of green dragons. Family green dragons.
Why would you want to fight them?
Well, they are currently terrorizing the peoples on the continent, causing some significant issues, and are trying to bring Tiamat back into this world.
Okay.
Prefer sheep.
How are green dragons going to bring Tiamat back to this world? It seems like there's some missing things in between.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong there that there are some missing links in the middle.
So how are green? She turns to Agony. She repeats the question. I don't know.
Doesn't that mask whisper to you?
It does.
What's it saying?
It hasn't said anything on this matter.
We probably, when we get to the green mask, that one will probably have slightly different whispers.
You know where the green mask is.
Yes.
I would be very interested in studying the mask. What is it that you need from me?
Well, something that's very cheap and something that's very expensive.
Information?
It's very cheap. And a little bit of loyalty is very expensive.
She smiles as big.
I gave you your skull back, you rescued me. It seems to be fair that you get some information. What is it that you want to know? And do we have to do it outside? It's rather bright out here.
She puts on some goggles.
Oh, we have drop. Oh, you have the eyes. So Sonny was gonna like make a sunburst in the sky as an 8 circle spell to be like, Gata!
Are you doing that, or
No. Half the city, Basil.
Bunch of kids with sunspots. No, we'll
Smell colors now.
Thogrim, may we come back inside? or shall we take this in your domain?
Your access to my domains is being revoked.
I still have a badge.
she smiles. It's not me, is it?
Come inside. Come inside.
I know that I need a bath, she says.
Is he used to those sorts of things?
She doesn't seem overly dirty, but it did look like she was in the middle of adventuring, so
You can hang out in the lounge.
Okay, we'll go back to the lounge.
Shoes on or off, she says.
Shoes on.
Some simulacra are getting rid of the ice.
Okay. Chipping away. She grins at that. She goes and plunks down on a chair all by herself.
Yeah, Thogrim's like, alright, Cog, Agony, Barnabus, keep an eye on her. She's crazy looking.
Mr. comes in and is looking at her.
All right. She used to be a cow. She awoke with me in the field.
The cat just takes it all in. She seemed fine.
She got ran over by a tank and came back into chicken.
She doesn't understand everything that you're talking about, but I don't know if anyone's off doing their own thing, if this is the right group that's in there. Amyria is in here listening.
So Bernos is staying here in terms of he's not letting like the prisoner escape. Widget, after she was talking about like shadow dragons and stuff, is interested and also can counter spellcasting.
At this point in time, it's a minute per level, right? For
I think so.
okay, yeah, it wore off. She's still sitting there.
Yep.
Could a lady get something to eat and to drink? I prefer red over white, Thogrim.
Yeah, sure. Magnificent mansion. Go in there.
She gets up. She smiles. She'll play your game. She goes into the magnificent mansion and disappears for a while.
So people can join her.
So you'll go in the middle of the mansion.
Okay, so he wanders in.
Hello. Thogrim's sitting calculating how much it'll cost to make this place.
Agony goes in to
Private.
make sure that. Come on, he
like
gives
charmed or
Cog
something
a bump. Let's go in and make sure he doesn't get murdered.
The road third.
Yep.
Face. Alright.
She's walking up and down this banquet, picking things up, making a little platter. She was drinking some wine.
Alright.
Famished after all that work, after all that thievery. You were there too to steal from the Nephilims. Don't act all innocent, Agony. We all know you're not.
Well, I figured that I am, allies and long-lasting friends with Agony would help you understand my position on things. The human Imperium is somewhat tiresome, but they're not without purpose.
Do go on.
She's eating. She's picking at the
Existence is preferable to non-existence, and the Imperium is firmly the camp of existence.
She looks at Cog and Agony like, is this guy for real? She then humors you by nodding.
Of course. So while we face off against godlings and these sorts of things, tipping the balance of powers and understand how this focal point of powerful energies interacts with the rest of the greater planes, we need powerful allies, and you very well can be such an ally.
She smiles. I'm flattered.
Do you know how to use the horn?
You blow it?
The notes or the rhythms or...
I've never been one for musical instruments, but I understand. Well, she smiles. I learned how to play wind instruments just for that very purpose, just in case I ever came close enough to. I unfortunately was not the person who blew the horn.
No.
The horn was delivered to the cult of the chromatic ascendancy after spending quite some time in a white dragon's lair.
Mm-hmm.
There were other things there, very important things. Dragon stole from the Mageocracy long ago, when it was in its fledgling state.
Seems like stealing from the Mageocracy is rather popular.
She smiles. Mages have wealth. Dragons like wealth. I like wealth. You like wealth. Agony clearly likes wealth. And whatever that thing is, it could probably sell itself for its own body weight in gold.
Hey,
It's an elf.
I'm actually worth quite a bit more than that. Thank you very much.
She smiles at that.
No funny ideas.
Why should I help you? What's in it for me?
Well, protection is one thing.
I've never needed protection before. You were almost disintegrated by the angel people.
Also, an ice cube for months now.
Childreaver is an exarch of Tiamat.
And he's dead now.
She's got cog, looks at Agony. You partook in the killing of Childreaver?
Yes.
I'm asking him. He wears Tiamat's mask. You think that she would have intervened. She didn't.
He was a little tough, yeah?
I suppose gods can simply make new exarchs.
There are schisms within that which is Tiamat. There's not a clear understanding of what it means to be.
If Tiamat didn't want you to wear that mask, Agony, then you probably would have died when you transformed. Or never even transformed, she would have stopped your heart. There is something that she sees in this dragon man. That must please her. Interesting.
He mastered the ways of the red. He will master the ways of the black. He will master the ways of the green. He will truly be the prismatic scale. That is the fate of our agony.
I love dragons, but I never saw myself as one to worship them.
I don't worship dragons.
You see, Asmodeus would never let that happen.
You worship Asmodeus?
Of course. I was part of the theocracy for...
But he also ran away from the theocracy.
It does not mean I do not worship the Lord of Hell.
Everybody has the doubt. What are the negatives?
He is the greatest negotiator that the multiverse has ever seen.
It's more important to understand that magic is key to everything.
Yes, but if you can convince people with but a word to do work for you... Still, it is not theocracy or dogma I wish to debate. There is no debate. Tiamat is the great goddess of chromatic dragons, and Asmodeus is the great liar that sits upon the golden throne of the multiverse.
Yes.
Who do you think is winning?
Well,
Whatever side we're on.
right now I would say, if we're talking about explicitly the northern portion of Volcanica.
No, I mean between, if we wanted to measure dicks.
Why would we measure dicks?
Asmodeus
You
has
shouldn't
had
have a dick.
Asmodeus has had Tiamat trapped for hundreds of years, 1,000 years perhaps.
A Asmodean land is about to be overrun by kobolds.
What does that matter in the grand scheme of the gods?
I'm the druid of Volcanica, not the druid of the hills.
That would be a fearsome thing. A druid. Hell. Could be arranged.
It's something to aspire to, I suppose. So, things are being offered are the ability to learn many secrets, the ability to mold a cult of a cult or forward tradition of that of with it means to be a dragon, and to be protected from the theocracy as well as the Mageocracy that are currently putting very large bounties on your head.
Why would I care about any of that crap?
Because the very large bounties...
I'm only 150 years old. I've got my life to live.
You're not going to have a life to live if you end up in either of those two places.
Yes, but I don't want to craft cults or lead anyone.
What do you want to do?
Power, magic, control over all dragons. Try those things out first.
Sure.
You know there are artifacts that are orbs that allow you to control entire races of dragons.
They're called dragon orbs.
The orbs of dragon kind to be more precise, but yes, I forgive you in your human tongue.
I'm only 3.
How old are you?
I'm 300 plus.
You're 300.
Well, technically.
You don't rust.
Well, I have to take care of myself quite well. But no, I mean, I'm officially what?
And I know Agony is only like 30.
I guess Thogrim would be our eldest.
Possibly, yes.
Hmm.
He's older than Brennis.
He's a cranky bastard, that's for sure.
Agony is 29.
Still young.
Cog is technically the oldest.
Alright. What magic do you wield? What is the highest power spell that you know?
Oh, I'm more of an alchemist.
So no higher than 6.
Kill a dragon with one fist.
I'd like her.
What else do you want to know? I agree, we'll be friends, we'll trade things. I need sometimes muscle for jobs. Just like I needed the job with Agony and Langadrossa. Never finished it, but I got some of the things I needed. My curiosity to go meet Jill Reaver, that was a bad mistake.
Yeah, the dwarf that was waiting out there. The dwarf that's waiting out there was the one who Jill Reaver.
But I did see some very interesting statues in that shrine. You know the shrine where Chill Reaver thought that white dragons were on the top of the hierarchy? Did you notice the dragon gargoyle?
Yes.
Do you know what they are called?
I do not. A geographer might know, I do not. The geographer wasn't there. He's not a fan of angels.
These things are not angels, but the union of dragon and devil.
I would assume only certain dragons would have the proclivity to want to do that sort of union.
No, I imagine only the chromatics and only under the strict breeding orders of Tiamat.
Greens. Blues. Only the greens and the blues are lawful, right?
Yep.
what the fuck are they called? Dragon, devil.
The Abishai.
Abishai.
Hell is the first layer of hell is full of them, where Tiamat's domain is. She's been there for a long time. You give a goddess like that some idle time.
So what happens when the Grimstone is destroyed?
Dangerous things that you're asking. Grimstone. It is the name of the place where she is bound. A special little corner of hell for her.
Yes.
When she was trapped, she raged and stormed. And she was loose. Every once in a while she escapes and creates great destruction across the first layer of hell. So much so I believe they've stopped construction on some of their cities. For she has leveled them low. Over time she has settled down, gave in to her entrapment in a place called Grimstone. A place where Tiamat has laid her head for 1,000 years. Her heads. Grimstone is a place full of devil bones, and all those offerings that have been given to her in the last 1,000 years and more. The goddess brought with her great power. The devils were foolish. They should have got a two-headed dog if they needed a guardian for the first layer of hell. Instead they have a goddess. That is the might of Asmodeus, that is the might of hell. That even the gods themselves can be bound there. Still, I don't think she's a very good neighbor.
No. One would think not.
Perhaps in 1,000 years, hell has taught her a lesson too. I would not want to be on any world when she escapes that she thinks is her own. She will have learned how to control little creatures like you and I.
Interesting. We're on Volcanica. I wonder what the history of Volcanica is with respect to Tiamat.
With Bahamut out of the picture, she will be free to do whatever she wants.
Apparently somebody has to wake the old world up.
Who?
Not it.
Bahamut.
Oh no, why would you want to do that?
Well, if Tiamat's going to rage, druid, balance, that sort of thing.
It depends where Bahamut thinks is important. Maybe Volcanica is simply too chromatic.
Possibly. If that's the case, then we need to find other ways to keep things even.
Is that all you wish to know? That you Imperials on this world are likely doomed to slavery
I'm not an Imperial.
and destruction?
I'm not an Imperial.
You look like one.
I'm not even a human. He pulls up his robes, shows he has no belly button.
Weird.
Not an Imperial.
Alright, is there anything else you wish to know? Oh, I have a few things here. You let me go after this and I'll be in contact with you whenever I need something. I'll leave these books with you. These are the books that the dragons stole from the wizards long ago.
Okay.
Are you interested in these?
Yes. Obviously, I'm always interested. Yes. Yes, we're interested in books.
Second interrogations.
These ancient tomes, there are 3, stolen to the Mageocracy long ago. She dumps these massive books out. This lore helped dragons develop shielding magics.
To protect against guns.
Yes, there are also a couple of really rare spells in here that you wizards might want to learn.
What are those?
You're a wizard, Agony.
I'm a sorcerer. I can learn things.
2 improved versions of Mage Armor.
Yes.
These are the beginnings of what you may encounter if you continue to try to attack dragons. You may find that they have ways of blocking guns, making their scales like force.
Yes, right.
They have been preparing for this time for 1,000 years, since the end of the last Draco Purge at the end of the barrels of the guns of the Imperials 1,000 years ago. She's definitely not on the side of the Imperials. The atrocities that they committed against such great beasts. The lore that was forgotten. To simply have scales and horns.
Artifact of the Draco Purge.
For this, the Imperium will pay.
So, that's interesting. Those are inside thoughts, yes?
We're inside a safe place, and the 3 of you seem to be amenable to what I'm saying.
For sure.
I didn't like the look of that crazy dwarf out there with the silver sword.
He's the Inquisitor.
The angel and the very stern lady.
Understandable, really. Alright.
I've given you your skull. I've given you things that dragons were willing to go to war for and lose many of their kinds to steal from the wizards long ago. You should probably not advertise that you have these books.
No, what books?
Of course, the Mageocracy has got its own problems right now. It's likely only got adverse, is it?
The Mageocracy is currently having something of a collapse, it almost seems. They're at war with kobolds that are following different dragon cults, and are, well, don't appear to be winning.
It's a curious thing. With Tiamat and Hell, sometimes the worship of Tiamat is misconstrued with the worship of Hell. Those things have smooshed together, more and more so over the decades. At least from my experience, the worshippers of Tiamat might very well even outnumber the worshippers of Hell.
You weren't frozen for the Draco, or for the Horn came afterwards. So, when Amalgamons erupted, what are your thoughts on that?
It is a big volcano. That is what volcanoes do.
Kurtleback died in that eruption. In fact, was the source of the eruption.
Interesting. I did not know this.
Kurtleback, I suspect very strongly that Kurtleback had one of Tiamat's eggs with him.
Really? How do you know this?
A geographer is very good.
Has the egg been recovered?
No, not yet.
Ah, interesting. She's not thinking. In the volcano?
Yes.
Information.
So, I assume that thing will be hatching some point in the near future.
I suppose the cult would be after it. Anyone against the cult should be after it. The many sects of the cult would be after it. You think? The spawn of Tiamat? Interesting. Is there anything else I should know?
I think that we are the start of a long and fruitful friendship.
She smiles. I have to check up on a few things. Perhaps I will come and meet you again. You can tell me more about this egg.
Do you want to take the door or the other way out?
What is the other way?
Probably takes you to anywhere you want in Volcanica, really.
I can manage on my own.
Because we're currently not, like, we're in a demi-plane, right? We're not on Volcanica.
Yep.
You can plane shift from here.
You plane shift in the antiquated protocol.
Well, the chest teleport somewhere, but...
Anything else?
Sunny.
The cult has the Dracon. It was them.
Yes, we're going to need the... when we find the Dracon, we're going to need instruction... aid in tutoring it. And yes, I declare it to be tooting of the Dracon.
It was not only an awakening call for all chromatics.
It was a command, was it not?
There were also instructions.
Yes. You should be able to give them new instructions.
Lenathon heard the instructions. Langadrossa knows what they said.
Lenathon was...
The blue dragon that attacked you guys in
And Langadrossa
Foundry?
is the half...
the guy, the
dragon.
shapeshift.
Like the dragon.
the halfling blue dragon.
Yeah,
She went to Nephelis with them.
Yeah.
He would not tell me exactly what. I have my suspicions, but they are just theories.
Excellent. Sorry. Do you want to meet him right now or no?
You know where Langadrossa is?
Yes.
He chuckles.
Yeah, we know where he is.
You'll get to know Sunny.
He's safe. He's learning.
If you want to know what Lenathon said, the Dracon instructions were, then you should speak to Langadrossa. I've got no real reason to go and talk to Langadrossa. Of course you don't. Thief.
Come now. An innocent mistake driven by curiosity.
She got us caught.
No, I simply escaped where you two clumsy oafs got caught.
It's all water under the bridge or something.
Indeed. Say hello to Langadrossa for me.
Oh, so he pulls out a hair, he reaches and he pulls out a hair and hands her his hair.
It was rude.
I have done rude.
Okay, so she's got a sunny hair.
You can't even scribe on you.
No. But it's more polite to hand somebody something in return.
That's funny. Yeah, that's pretty good. Very good.
Excellent. We'll be in touch.
Okay. She leaves the magnificent mansion. I guess you guys follow.
Yep.
Make sure she gets the fuck out.
They told me I'm free to leave.
Are you certain? Says Quintessa. All this for... She has information.
Oh, she's cooperative and has given us the starting point, and we will discuss again.
She should be detained. No. I don't know what got your knickers in a twist.
You promised not to return to Nephelis, yes?
I have no desire to go back to the Angel Island.
You vowed to never return to Nephelis.
Yes.
See,
Perfect. Perfect.
there we go. See,
You should be warned you're wanted by many.
you understand.
Oh yes, the Theocracy, the Mageocracy, and the Imperium, says Amyria. If you get caught, you will be arrested. I'm not caught now, am I?
Oh, you're caught-ish.
She smiles.
It's really kind of rough to decide if you're caught right then.
Have fun chatting with Langdadrossa. She kind of squeezes her way between people. Unless you're physically stopping her, she's...
What's his name? Thogrim has met her now.
Master Thogrim, such a wonderful place. Excuse me, she's going by the...
My apologies, I just have had lots of trouble as of recent, so...
I understand. I've had my fair share of troubles.
Take care of yourself. If you need something, knock on the door.
You don't think she has any intention? You didn't show her any attention? You don't think she's gonna come asking Thogrim for help? You never know. She leaves. She didn't walk out. She casts a fly spell and a few moments later pauses for an invisibility and continues flying.
Widget's going to knock a piece of this giant block of ice off and do a drink. There we go.
Marty.
Hmm.
The Thogrim discusses with his simulacra, and he orders them to 24 hours have Mage's private sanctum running on the mansion, all 3 floors.
Okay.
They can do that.
They can do that once per day. Basically, keep it running full time.
Well, there's 9 of them. You need 3 castings to do the entire building.
All right. Just make a note of that.
Yep. There's
What caster level?
they are caster level 9. Let me check.
Okay, I made a note on the map. Mage's Private Sanctum,
They're
caster
caster
level
level
9.
There's something else. We figure out them like between me and the simulacra.
Mm-hmm.
There are they're gonna turn on. They're gonna be certain lights that are turned on to make sure that everything's okay, and it depends on the date and the time.
So you're creating a code.
A code to make sure that everything's okay.
Do you have any skills that suggest code? It would be
Coding.
linguistics,
Coding.
or maybe
Linguistics.
intelligence check.
Yeah, he has
Several
linguistics.
professions.
They have a plus 17 in linguistics.
Okay, so, but
Dominance.
you're designing the code, so give me a
I'll give you mine.
yeah. All right, so this week, Macath and Devils. Slake spent some time buying adamantine. The Simulacra are doing Archmage duties, and at the Cannon Ford, Sunny has done his Macath and Devils chat. Brennos was idle this week. I don't know if you're doing Face Punch or something like that this week.
Yeah, I guess I'll face punch.
Okay.
Uh, 30. Break it, give me a break!
Okay, you have a basic code that the Simulacra are able to learn. 30's a decent roll for anything else, so it's not overly complex. It's not something that can't over time be deciphered, like undeciphered. It's not indecipherable. It's
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
it's a first. Yeah.
Well, he'll change it every 2 months or so.
The Darbians are still selling goods for you. Widget was around for Macath, so I'm just going to mark that down.
They also can do sending to me.
the 9th level ones.
Mm-hmm.
So if something comes up, they can do ascending.
Widget's Simulacra is still building a spellbook. He has one more week of this to do until he's done and ready to take other tasks on.
Nice.
Quintessa was around for the Macath Devil things. And we are now in the 17th week of spring, where by the party,
Downtime's an adventure itself.
where the party has to decide, there are increasing urgency from the Imperial Administrator for her mercenary band to go solve the Green Dragon problem.
Go to the thing.
And Barnabus is getting increasing urgency from Hell to go and deliver the weird stones that are inside.
Has the most hellacious of shits.
And I need you guys to decide who is going on what group. So we've got Barnabus going to fight. Going to. He needs muscle, is what he's saying. Amyria has returned to Nephelis and to the Imperial Administrator.
Can we deal with the dragons on our own? So Thogrim can come out and shoot, shoot the dragon, or shoot the green. Or
They're both shoot the dragon. They're
So
both.
how many are we fighting on this side, and how many are we fighting on this side?
So it's Sunny is going dragon hunting, like
The Green Dragon. Okay.
The green dragon, yeah. Okay. Cog wants to go to treetop.
Fortress Stone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
treetop. He calls it treetop.
Makes sense.
Widget.
Agony wants to go. Oh shit! Which one does he want to go to?
Green. He wants a green.
Yeah, he
mask.
wants to go. The artifact of Tiamat. He wants to
Get that. See what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we want to take it off. We want to.
Okay. So that's
Poke the mask in the
one
face.
Adam, one Ahmed, and one Marty.
Perfect.
Where are we?
Widget is going with Barnabas.
Okay.
Where are you, Cody? Oh, there we go.
I'm just in the Conjurer's Manor, pulling people into two groups.
I like it. That matters.
Yeah, it's a good manor.
We're gonna turn forward. We're gonna make a forge here somewhere.
Okay. Who's left in the midst? So Quintessa is going dragon hunting.
The Green Dragon hunting.
Yep. Going
Yeah.
forest.
Protect the veil.
Yep.
For the veil.
Oh, by the way, the armory is getting filled.
Does that mean Thogrim is going with Barnabas?
Thogrim can go with Barnabas. Okay, we don't have muscle. Okay, I think we need. So, Slake and Brennus, either. They can't go together. We need one here and one there. See, here's the thing.
Well, Slick and Brandos also work really well together.
Here's
Yep.
the thing. Here's the thing.
If you put Slake and Brennos to guard Barnabas, that seems to be okay.
And you're sending 4 guys to deal with how many dragons? I think one group's going to retreat and say, "We need everyone's help."
So
Because dragons are.
Oh yeah, there seems to be an argument. Oh no, we get Brennos.
Fuck you, no, fuck you.
Colt needs someone to dance with, I think. Additionally, I mean, Quintessa, I suppose, is a ranged knight. Wait, 1 second here.
How long does it take for you to deal with your purple dragons?
Who puts insides back inside over here?
I'll do it. I got a shovel and some barbed wire.
So the ones that do the healing are, you,
Sonny.
Cog, and Quintessa.
All in one
All
party.
in one party. So when they get their ass kicked, they can heal each other.
Okay. You know what?
I've
I'm
got-
cool with both parties being suboptimal. It's like
It's going to be more
like
interesting.
Rochambeau for the Brennos and the Slake.
Well, alright, so look, Brennos and Slake.
Fuck that. Brennos is coming with me. Brennos, Geode's a new god. You worship the old god. Let's go show the new gods what for.
Alright.
It's like these dragons, they're saying that magic's the best. So,
Yeah, I think both